Good evening and welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news, updates, debates and my opinions. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're on the way to 11,600 subscribers, and if you could click that like button, I would be incredibly grateful. There's loads of you here. We've got lots to talk about today, plenty to talk about. It is roasting hot, absolutely roasting hot. The summer seems to have returned, but we will get into it. It's a Thursday. It's basically the weekend. Absolutely sensational vibes. Vivi Vlad, Anu Brata, Junior Film, Sam Kenny, Ethan Udall, Pekka, Zan, Emily Yoyoyoyoy, Jack Sachs, Emil Kazanex, Adu Ventura. Do I watch darts? Yes. Who is my favourite to win the PDC match play? Luke Humphreys, I would say. King Kai, Ross Lawman, Smithy, Vincent, Tom Whitbread, Rohit, Safi. It is good to see you. George Christodouli's in here. Sam Shapiro, Icarus, Wilsey, and many, many more. Let's get into it. Look, Calafiori is still on the menu. We're talking about Thomas Partey. We're talking about Emil Smith-Rowe. We're talking about Raphinha potentially being an option again now. I also want to talk about the deal that Man City have just done for Savio because it stinks. And yeah, anything else that you guys want to talk about, we will get stuck into. 4 more school days. There you go. There you go. Saw your tweet about Savio, totally normal and above board. Oh, yeah. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Ridiculous. But we will talk about that. Did you see Aaron Ramsdale commentating on the cricket today? It completely took me by surprise. I didn't. I had the cricket on, but I had it on silent. I didn't even realize Aaron Ramsdale was on it. I think it's very poor to miss out on Calafiori if we do it over 5 million. Look, I'm still very confident on Calafiori. I am still very confident on it, but yeah, it's just getting annoying, isn't it? Opinions on the new jersey. Yeah, the new away kit. The new away kit. I don't like it. I don't like it. Look, I didn't like last year's away kit, and I know, obviously, once we start playing in it and we start getting wins in it and we have those moments and it's like, then it grows on you. To be honest, last year's kit still never grew on me. Like, I appreciated it for the moments and it, you know, if we'd won the league, it would have become an iconic kit. But at face value, I still didn't like that kit. And I don't like this kit. I think it, you know, I understand the idea of it being about the, you know, African heritage and the African fan base that we've got. And that is cool, but it doesn't take away from the fact that they could have done that kit better. I think the fact that it's like, I can't remember which way, it's like white sponsor and then red Adidas and then green logo or the other way around. All of them should have just been the same color, in my opinion. The white bits under the arms, I think they look naff. I would have just left it all black, had the stripes on the arms and just had red on the front. Then it would have looked very similar to the Ajax Bob Marley kit. And that was an absolute banger. So I think there was a way that they could have still incorporated those colors without it looking like a Lynx Africa bottle, which is effectively what they've done. So please touch on Enzo's dad's train wreck interview, Absolute Cinema. I've not seen anything about that. I'll have to watch it afterwards. But yeah, so that's my opinion on the kit. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to the third kit coming out. The third kit, I think, is going to be a banger. So I'm looking forward to getting that. Anyway, moving swiftly on, and we will start with Calafiori. Di Marzio kind of went into some explanation today about what is actually happening with the Di Marzio situation in terms of the fee. Both Fabrizio and Di Marzio today have kind of actually moved away from the Bologna-Basel sell-on clause thing. They've both kind of said that's not really a thing, that Bologna are trying to lower that sell-on clause, even though that's what other people were talking about. So the fact that both of them have said that is quite interesting. I love the new kit. It looks fire. Look, each to their own, isn't it? Each to their own. Honestly, the more people that love it, the better, because the more sales the club will make, and that is money in the bank. So, yeah, look, it's not, excuse me, it's not as bad as last year's. It's not as bad as last year's. That is 100% for sure. So, yeah, Di Marzio. At this moment, Arsenal's priority is to find an agreement with Bologna for Riccardo Calafiori. He's their top target and they are pushing a lot. The player wants Arsenal. He did not listen to offers from Chelsea or PSG or Bayer Leverkusen. At this moment, there is no deal yet with Bologna because the price of Calafiori has changed a lot. Before Euro 2024, he had a price of 30 to 35 million euros. After his performances for Italy, Bologna are now asking for 50 million euros, and Arsenal feel that that is too much. Arsenal are willing to spend 1 to 2 million euros more, but not 10 million euros more. So the pace of the deal is on standby, but with the will to arrive at an agreement in the next few days. Bologna are trying to get more money if possible, but they can't afford to keep the player, so the move is only a matter of time. So the move is a matter of time. That's what he's saying, and I do think it is going to happen. And I, to be honest, I kind of back Arsenal in this situation, right? If Arsenal had spoken to Bologna before the Euros and were expecting to pay 30 to 35 million euros for him, then we shouldn't be paying, and that was what Bologna were thinking, then we shouldn't be paying 50 million euros for him after the Euros. Because as we all said, did we not all say before the Euros, don't buy a player just because of a good international tournament? We all said it. We all think it. And so do the clubs. And so Arsenal aren't going to turn around and say, yeah, one good international tournament means that he's worth an extra 15 million euros compared to what we spoke about before. I think that is completely fair for Arsenal to say, no, look, it's added a bit of value to him, but it's not added 15 million, which I think is crazy. So I know some people are saying, oh, we should just pay it, but I do actually stand with Arsenal on this one. Red on White, a new member to the channel. Red on White, welcome to the Rory Talks Football community. Thank you for becoming a member. That is incredibly generous. I really, really do appreciate the support. No message with it, but Red on White, welcome, welcome. The away kit is this. Look, I'm glad you like it. I am glad you like it. Who are you most looking forward to seeing in pre-season? Timber, Jesus, actually Thomas Partey. Basically, all of the players that didn't play much last season because of injuries. So Timber, Jesus, Partey, Fabio Vieira, and then I'm also looking forward to seeing some of the youngsters, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, obviously. So hopefully we see a bit of them as well. But yeah, it is the players that have question marks over them, right? Jesus, can he find the form that he once had? Partey, can he stay fit? Timber, can he be back to pre-injury Timber? We don't know. Fabio Vieira looks like he's been bulking up. Yeah, he does a little bit. Which is good. So yeah, on Calafiori, on that part of it, I stand with Arsenal. I do. But then Fabrizio has said, and again, this is interesting, Bologna requested Jakub Kiwior during talks with Arsenal regarding Riccardo Calafiori. However, the player is currently not keen on the move. Kiwior is allowed to leave Arsenal on loan with an obligation to buy this summer. So actually, we had previously said that Arsenal offered Kiwior and that Bologna said they didn't want Kiwior as part of the deal. The reality is, Bologna did want Kiwior as part of the deal. Kiwior doesn't want to go to Bologna. And actually, I think there was another tweet after I'd actually got all of this stuff down for the show. There was. And so this is it. So one of the reasons I think that Kiwior doesn't want to go to Bologna is because he knows that there's interest from bigger Italian clubs. So according to Damasio, there are Italian clubs interested in Kiwior, Inter Milan and Juventus at the moment. They've tried only for a loan, but Arsenal want a loan with an obligation to buy. I think Juventus could be interested because he'll be reunited with his former coach, Thiago Motta. So it depends on which player Juventus will sell and for how much. So we'll know the money that they can spend on another defender. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Kiwior could have been used as part of the Bologna deal. But, and understandably, if he knows that he could get a move to Juventus instead, I can understand why. Look, I have no issue with Kiwior. People saying Kiwior should leave. You can't look. Jakub Kiwior has to think about himself. Of course, he's an Arsenal player, but he can't go, oh, do you know what? Whatever it means for my career, don't care. I'm going to do Arsenal a favour and move to Bologna. If he doesn't want to move to Bologna, he's in contract at Arsenal and he's got a potential move to Juventus or Inter Milan. Like I'm not going to criticise Kiwior for not wanting to do that. So it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Is Tierney leaving? Probably, but obviously with his injury, it makes it more difficult. He's been seen around the training ground, but yeah, it's just a very difficult one to do because of that injury. If it does happen, it will happen much later in the window, I would imagine. The disrespect towards Kiwior is crazy. He was good and reliable for us last season while playing out of position. I agree. You know, I would personally. I still think I would. If it wasn't for the fact that there's genuine interest in Kiwior, I'd still probably rather keep Kiwior than Tomiyasu if it came down to one or the other. There is a lot of disrespect towards Kiwior, I would say. Apparently, Marino is Arteta's cousin. I haven't seen that anywhere. If that's true, then fucking hell, mate. Do your family member a favour, you know? Will there be any new players for pre-season? Probably not. Probably Calafiori is the closest. I read a thing earlier. I didn't write it down because it kind of just added to what we had already said. But Arsenal would like Calafiori to go on pre-season, but the deal has to get done. Calafiori now is actually back from holiday. There was some video of Calafiori doing some pre-season training by himself. So but look, that is it on the Calafiori news. Obviously, you know, the updates continue to be pretty slow when it comes to Calafiori. Thomas Partey. So we had spoken a lot, right, about Thomas Partey moving, whether that be to Saudi or wherever, and the need to replace Thomas Partey. And if Thomas Partey goes, we probably need to bring in two midfielders. According to James Bench, from what I understand about Thomas Partey's situation, he intends to stay for the final year of his contract. Everyone talks about Saudi Arabia, but there's been no conversations with PIF, the private investment fund, so far, and there have been the public investment fund, and there have been no offers from Saudi Arabian clubs. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like Saudi is. And do you know what? I think Saudi are changing their tactics because apparently it's all gone cold on Venki. There's the attention you wanted. I'll keep you up there for a minute whilst I continue talking. I think with Casemiro and with Thomas Partey, both of those have gone cold. And I think the Saudis aren't morons. I feel like people just think the Saudis are going to take the used goods from our clubs and pay stupid money for it. It's not going to happen. They don't want, players that are in the twilight of their career at this point. And so, if he doesn't go to Saudi, I don't see him going. The only other option at any point has been Serie A, and we won't get the money for him. We won't get the money for Thomas Partey from an Italian club that we want. So if we keep Thomas Partey, it kicks the can down the road. It means that we will almost certainly only buy one midfielder this summer, and that will be to replace effectively El Neni Sambi Lokonga. If that's Marino, fine. 35 likes. Come on, chat. We're better than this. Show some love and smash the like button. Yeah, there's over 200 of you in here, and only 35 of you have clicked the like button. I take personal offense. I do. I take personal offense to that. That's. Well, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap up the show. No. I do appreciate anyone that likes the video. It does massively help out. But yeah, so Partey stays. Jorginho stays. We bring in maybe Marino or someone else. We've got Declan Rice. That's fine for next season, right? That's fine for next season. It's not really an increase on our starting 11, but it's fine for next season. The issue is both Jorginho and Partey go next summer. And all of a sudden, next summer, unless someone comes up from the youth, which I don't think that just isn't going to happen, we need to replace both of them next summer. So all of a sudden, regardless of whether we still need a winger, a striker, whatever we need next summer, we're going to need two midfielders. So it's a difficult one. Did you see that João Neves is close to joining PSG for 70 million euros? Feels like we should be in for him at that price. Yeah, we spoke about that yesterday. For 70 million euros, I find it very surprising that we're not interested. At 120 million euro buyout clause, understandable. But for now, yeah, I find that strange. Georgie has 1 year with an option for another. Can't see him leaving next summer. Yeah, but how long has Jorginho got left is more the thing. Maybe we do trigger that extension, and then maybe Partey leaves on a free next summer, and then we bring in one more midfielder next summer, and then I don't know. I still feel like we're kicking the can down the road. But we'll see. Seriously, what are we doing in the transfer window? Not a lot at the moment. Not a lot. Ed Aarons on Emil Smith Rowe. Ed Aarons is the Guardian that he works for. He said there is interest in Emil Smith-Rowe from Crystal Palace and from Fulham. We know that. He says that Fulham's bid was 30 million and that it was rejected. So again, there have been lots of different reports about how much that bid was. Team News and Tick said it was horrendous. Simon Jones in the Mail said it was 30 million. Ed Aarons in the Guardian says it's 30 million. Kaya Kainak said that it was over 25 million. So we don't know exactly what it was. It sounds like it was somewhere between 25 and 30 million. Anyway, that was rejected. Fulham are considering and look likely to come in with a second bid. And I think if we get high 30 millions, for Smith-Rowe, I think you take it. It's painful, but I think you take it. And he's also confirmed that Reece Nelson has been linked with a move to West Ham. He says their sales could enable Arsenal to pursue their interest in signing a central midfielder. So yeah, once again, Reece Nelson potentially going to West Ham, 15 to 20 million. Opinions on the away kit? Not a huge fan personally. But I really want us to sign Danny Olmo. He could be amazing as left 8 for us. I don't know. I'm not sure that he's someone that we need right now. Great player, injury prone. Not sure that he's someone that we need right now. Raphinha. So this came from Graham Bailey. HITC understands that Raphinha is keen on returning to the Premier League this summer. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle, who were all keen on the player back in 2022, have been made aware of this situation. Barcelona are likely to demand a fee close to 50 million. 50 million for Raphinha? Would you want that? Is Williams off the table? Seemingly. Not quite, but close to it. 50 million for Raphinha. For me, seems like a lot. When you consider that's... Look, I understand wages are a whole different thing, but Raphinha's wages won't be cheap. And at that point, you're pretty much looking at the same amount. You'd be giving... This is what you'd be doing. If we went and got Raphinha, we'd be paying basically the same amount that it would cost for Nico Williams, but we'd be giving that money to Barcelona so that they could get Nico Williams, and we'd be getting Raphinha. It just doesn't make sense. And yeah, like Vlad says, it's not like he's going to be on way lower wages. He'll be on heavy wages as well. So yeah, for me, I'd rather just go and get Nico Williams, you know? And on Nico Williams, Kaya Kainak said Nico Williams is a player who Arsenal have looked at, but any move for the player looks unlikely as it stands. Williams is likely to command a significant fee, while his wages at Bilbao would be a stumbling block for Arsenal to match. So yeah, it's most people... To be honest, there's actually been very little, other than the thing that Team News and Tick said about us preparing this Rice-style presentation for Nico Williams. Pretty much everyone else has said that Arsenal really like him, but just don't feel like it's possible at all. Question is, would Nico rather stay in La Liga? Yes. Nico Williams is desperate to play for Barcelona. Nico Williams' team around him, his agents and all that, they're desperate for him to play for Barcelona. Barcelona are desperate for him to play for Barcelona. So, yeah, it's Tina has lost. He needs to pull something out of the bag. Everyone's saying Arsenal are awful in the market, laughable. We've literally got like a 90% success rate under Arteta. We do, yeah. And look, I don't think there's much value in the market at the moment. And this brings me on to Man City, right? So, Man City have just bought Sam. Let me bring up Savio. Let me illustrate the point here, right? So Man City have just signed Savio, okay? 20 years old, left-footed right winger. Now that is a thing that is in high demand because there are not many top-level left-footed right wingers, and everyone wants one. Market value of 60 million euros, according to this. I'll have a quick look and see if there's a different market value for him on Transfer Market. So Transfer Market value him at 50 million euros. FOTMOB value him at 60 million euros. Last season, if you look at last season, he got 9 goals and 10 assists in 37 games. Absolute greenery overdrive. Look at this. Can you imagine if we were looking at this as someone who hadn't just joined City? I'd be going crazy for him. Absolute quality player, right? Man City have just bought him for £21 million. Man City have just bought him for £21 million plus add-ons. Why? Because they bought him from Troye, which is owned by Man City Group. He played for, well, he never even played a game for Troye, by the way. So he was at Troye, which is part of Man City Group. He went on loan to Girona, which is part of Man City Group. And now Man City, that wasn't per 90. My bad. Per 90. Oh, well, per 90, he's rubbish. No, to be fair, that does make a big difference. He must have played a lot of minutes. Yeah, that's not, well. Maybe he's not as good. No, but he is good. I've watched him play. He is very good. The point is, right? The point is, do you think if Arsenal had bid 25 million for him as a Saka backup, do you think Troye would have done the deal? No. That's the issue, right? So there's not a lot, and that's the only signing that Man City have made where they've got a player for unbelievable value. Outside of that, City haven't signed anyone. Liverpool, who are now back under, what's his name, who left previously, who was basically the guy that did all of their good value signings under Klopp. What was his name? You know, someone will know who I'm talking about. Michael Edwards, that's the one. Under Michael Edwards, that was where all of the really good value signings that Liverpool did, like early in the Klopp sort of cycle, all of them were Michael Edwards. They haven't signed anyone yet either. So I think that there is not a lot of value in the market at the moment. And I think teams are waiting for that value to arrive. Even if you look at other big clubs, right? And this is where the FOMO comes from. The FOMO comes from the fact that United have signed a couple of players. Chelsea are signing some players. Spurs have signed some players. But if you actually look into it, United signed Xerxes, who I think if we'd signed, a lot of the fan base would be a bit underwhelmed because it's kind of a squad player that's not a massive upgrade. I think he's a good player, but I think Arsenal fans wouldn't be blown away by Xerxes. If we went and spent 60 million on Lenny Yoro, I think Arsenal fans would be going, what are we doing? Spending 60 million euros on an 18-year-old centre-back when we've got Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Tomiyasu, Kiwior. So I don't think if we'd done Man United's business, Arsenal fans would be happy. Chelsea have spent nearly 100 million and they've not upgraded their squad. Chelsea have spent nearly 100 million. The only player that will even be in their squad probably next season that they've brought is Dewsbury Hall. And that's not even an upgrade on their starting 11. The rest of them are kids. Spurs, you know, I think Archie Gray's a decent signing. But I just feel like, I feel like it's been frustrating. Arteta himself has said that it is slow. But we do just need to be patient. Who we signed most, we're going to loan out. Yeah, exactly. Go for Pedro Neto. Yeah, we could go for Pedro Neto still. Did you see that you have to pay £15 to see all the games, the Arsenal preseason games, because the Bournemouth game isn't included in the £10 package? I did see that. To be honest, I don't think most people will get the Bournemouth game. Like we spoke about it last night. I can't remember if it was on this stream or Twitch. But the Bournemouth game is at 3:30 a.m. It's literally the worst timing possible, and it's £5. So it's £10 for the 4 games other than the Bournemouth game. So that works out at £2.50 per game for Liverpool, Man United, Bayer Leverkusen, Lyon. That's fine. It was on Twitch. So I didn't say it on here. So that's fine. £10 for those 4 games, £2.50 each, no problem. The Bournemouth game, 3:30 a.m. Literally the worst possible time, right? It's 3:30 a.m. kickoff. It literally could not be worse because it's too late for you to stay up for, really. But it's too early for you to get up for. Like, if it was 4:30 a.m., I'd just get up super early. If it was like 2:30 a.m., I could probably stretch staying up that late. 3:30 a.m. and £5, I don't think most people are going to bother. What time are the other games? I think the United game, I think, is at 1 a.m. and the Liverpool game's at midnight. So both of them will be done by like 2:30 a.m. And then obviously the Leon and Leverkusen ones, I think one's at 3 and one's at 6 or something like that. I can't quite remember. But who will you go for the right wing? I don't know. Pedro Neto is still definitely an option. This stream for me is 3:30 a.m. What are you doing? What? Why are you awake? Has anyone else joined the FPL? I'm not sure. If you haven't joined the FPL yet, the code is W20MAT. W20MAT, all lowercase. Are you watching it? I think the Bournemouth game I might not watch. I'll watch the others. I'm going to be at the Emirates for the two Emirates Cup games. I don't know if I'll stay up for the Bournemouth game. I think I might just watch it once I wake up. Did you see the Rodri quote about Enzo? That's such a brain-dead opinion. No, what was the quote? Marino is all right, but we need a top-tier midfielder. I don't disagree. I think long-term, I've said it and I'll keep saying it. Long-term, we have to spend big money on the long-term Declan Rice partner. That is how you get the most out of Declan Rice. Simple as that. I've joined the FPL. You'll love to see it. You going on holiday this summer, Rory? Yeah, actually. So next weekend there won't be any streams. Doing a little European city break next weekend, and then when we go on actual holiday, that's going to be during the first international break of the season. It's we're timing it. We're timing the actual holiday perfectly in the international break, which is just that's how you operate. He said that Chelsea players should have reached out to Enzo privately rather than on social media. Idiot. If you do it privately, then it looks no one's going to know that you've done it at all. Guarantee Rory is going to Sweden? No. To Edge? No. Nah, not Sweden. Bro has to book his holidays based on Arsenal. I wish my parents would let me. It's got to be done. What's happening with Gyökeres and Tottenham? I don't know. Tottenham aren't in for Gyökeres, are they? I don't think so. Enzo's dad literally made it even worse. Yeah, I've not seen what Enzo said yet. FPL code is W20MAT. I'll put it in the chat. W20MAT for the FPL code. Rory vacation is secretly a scouting mission. Oh, that's what we meant by Sweden. Yeah, I'm going out and scouting Gyökeres. I get it. I feel like Barcelona will get Williams and Marino, and we get De Jong. I did see a thing that Barcelona want Marino, but if they're going to do it, they would have to sell Frankie De Jong. And I don't really get that. Because I don't know. Is Marino a better option? Like, if you had Frankie De Jong, why would you sell De Jong to get Marino? Unless they want, like, to raise money and pay for Marino with it. I don't know. Seems like a weird one. Arteta contract extension. I'm hyperventilating. It'll be fine. The contract extension will come soon. 100%. Rory phone live clip on holiday to an Orny Bomber. Oh, can you imagine? If an Orny Bomber goes off whilst I'm on holiday, I'm gonna have to do. I'll have to film. There's no option. Did you see the FC25 trailer? What's your thoughts on it? I saw little bits of it. It just looks like the same old shit, to be honest. Looks like the same old. Frankie de Jong's injury prone with huge wages. Yeah, true. Unbelievable player, though. When he's fit, He is an unbelievable player. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Gooner, the game where I give you 5 clues about an ex or current Arsenal player, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. So get your fingers on your keyboards because we are starting now. Clue number 1, this player has 3 goals in 49 games for Arsenal. Clue number 1, this player scored 3 goals in 49 games for Arsenal. Clue number 2, this player is 24 years old. Clue number 2, this player is 24 years old. Clue number 3, this player was signed by Mikel Arteta. Clue number 3, this player was signed by Mikel Arteta. Clue number 4, this player is a twice winner of the Portuguese League. Clue number 4, this player is a twice winner of the Portuguese League. And clue number 5, this player was sent off last season. Clue number 5, this player was sent off last season. Who got it first? Right. Here we go. Make sure I don't get VAR checked. There we go. Adam's the winner. It was Fabio Vieira. It was Fabio Vieira. Adam is correct, and he got it first. Adam, congratulations. Congratulations. Got it first by quite a long way, in fairness. Fair play to him. Second was Jamie. Third was Red Dragon. Fourth was Lonely Dave. And fifth was Edward. So there you go. Edward Lynan. Congratulations. Adam. Bravo. Bravo to Adam. Congratulations on that one. And your guess, the non-Gooner, I'm going to give you the entire career path of a player who does not and has not played for Arsenal. And you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. But not as much respect as Adam currently has. Leo nearly baited me with a VAR, but he said never mind. This player started their career at Napoli. They started their career at Napoli. They went on loan to Cavese. They then went on loan to Foggia. They then went on loan to Pescara. And then they moved permanently to Toronto. So, Napoli Academy, played at Napoli, went on loan to Cavese, Foggia, and Pescara whilst they were at Napoli, and then went to Toronto. Who got it first? Now, I'm pretty sure someone did this when we were playing a game of this on Tifo. So someone else did it on a game of Tifo. If you were there on Tifo, you got a bit of a head start. But the winner is Leonardo Gobbo. Leonardo Gobbo wins it. It was indeed Lorenzo Insigne. Vivi Vlad was second. Jamie was third. Ethan Udall was fourth. And Vincent Volsky was fifth. So there you go. Congratulations to Leonardo. Sportcat, that was me. Yeah, I remembered it. Oh, wait, VAR. Oh, we've been VAR checked. Oh, we're being VAR checked. Was it not Leonardo? Who was it? Who was it then? Oh, shit. Literally the message above it. The message above it was Lorenzo. Keenan won. Oh, Christ. VAR. Leonardo, you were that far offside. You were that far offside. Keenan's got the goal. Lorenzo. I should have been looking out for Lorenzo as well as Insigne. Keenan, congratulations. I apologize. Austin, welcome. Good to see you. No, it was actually first. Keenan was first. There you go. Congratulations. Look, that is going to be the end of the stream. It's a bit of a shorter one today. I'm off to the cinema. I do apologize. The Twitch stream tonight, it will be there. Link is down in the description to Twitch. It might start a little bit later, depending on what time I get back from the cinema. But look, please do like and subscribe. As always, we'll be back. Will I be back tomorrow? No, there's no YouTube stream tomorrow. There might be a late YouTube stream tomorrow. I'm out. I'm out tomorrow evening, actually, with Tifo, meeting the people at Tifo for the first time. So there might not be a YouTube stream tomorrow. If there is a YouTube stream, it will be later in the evening. But look, have a fantastic evening. I'll keep you updated on Twitter, and goodbye.